And good morning, my kings and queens, and all those who are seeking the kingdom. Good morning. I have a word to teach on real quick before I get my day started. And it comes from a incident I had with someone. It wasn't like my incident. It happened to somebody else, and then I caught wind of it. But my name was mentioned. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. All right, when God says to bless our enemies, what do you think he means by that? When it says in his word to bless your enemies. And whenever I pray, I always say, bless my family, friends, and enemies. But I know what that truly means now. Before, I was confused about it. Before, I was like, what do you mean by bless your enemies? Like, why would I want to give them any of my time or resources or, effort? Why, when they're just going to turn it around and use it against me, or, throw my name drag my name in the dirt later on to somebody else, like, why would I want to do that, right? Well, God revealed it to me a while back already, and now I'm going to share what he told me with you guys, okay? God says to bless our enemies, meaning that we don't pray for their downfall. We don't wish that something bad happens to them, like something evil, or we don't seek revenge, or we don't gossip about them if it's not, something that's related to you and it's not true. That's what gossip is. But blessing our enemies basically just means that we are praying for you to turn away from your wicked ways and to seek the Lord, and that you learn your lessons, and that you find God, and that you can grasp the peace that he has to offer you through the Holy Spirit that he left here on earth for us. It does not mean that we go out of our way to help you or to give you our resources or to even be a listening ear, because we have to guard our ear gates and eye gates. We have to be careful what we listen to, because the enemy can use it to manipulate, to deceive, to hurt us. So when God says to bless our enemies, what he means by that is that you have to cut them off. Okay, that's the one thing. You can't keep giving them your time, your resources, access to you, because it's only going to hurt you. And God doesn't want that. God would never want you to be hurt by the enemy. He wants you to be aware of the enemy and what's going on so that you can pray. Another word in the Bible, it talks about don't grow weary in doing good. And that has nothing to do with works of your hands. It has nothing to do with what you're doing in the natural. It just means don't grow weary in believing that God can help somebody. Don't grow weary in forgiving yourself and being gentle on yourself, because you did the best you could and that person took it for granted, and then they threw your name under the bus. All right? Even if it's unfortunately your best friend, your coworkers that you've been working with for 20 plus years, your own parents, your children, your brothers, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We are all individuals, and we all have the same choice, the same free will. Okay? So that's what I wanted to just get on real quick and interpret, clarify, help you guys to understand what that means, so that you don't basically let yourselves be destroyed just by giving and giving and giving to the wrong people. Okay? There's nothing wrong with giving, but you have to use your discernment in who you are giving to. All right? And what you are giving as well. Like, for instance, you have a friend who's an addict and they're trying to get clean, but they're not really making the effort, but they ask you for money a lot of the time. What are you going to do? You really want to give them money? You already know where it's going to go. So the thing you can do is not give them money, of course, but give them advice. Why don't you talk to your sponsor? Why don't you go to a group meeting? Why don't you, go to talk to a counselor? Go and apply for this job. Here's this application I got when I went to the restaurant and they said they were hiring. I was thinking about you. That's other ways that we can help somebody without enabling them and their problems, because they're not going to get out of their problems if you do that. I've learned that the hard way. And then they end up pulling you down with them. All right. I have done that many times. I have given money, resources, my time, my efforts, to help somebody to get clean, and they weren't really getting clean. They were just using me for those resources. And so I learned I learned lessons. Another one could be your adult child, is constantly asking for help on this subject, or groceries, or, advice on a relationship, but they aren't actually using that help to better themselves. They're using it to just get a handout. Okay? So that is when you have to step back and let them struggle. Let them figure it out. It hurts as a parent, of course. We're human. We have emotions and feelings. We're flesh. But we have to cut the enabling cord when it comes to our resources, our time, and efforts. Now, praying for them, that's always there. And that's like the best thing that you can do, is to continue to pray for them. Continue to ask God to help them to see what they're doing wrong, to turn away from their wickedness, to seek Him and obey Him. Because that's all we need is God. If we can literally wrap our minds around that one fact, that all we need is God and God alone, then we won't be an erratic mess reaching out to everybody for help, but still in the same boat, still in the same position years later, There is a solution. There is. I was there. I was not knowing what to do. I was constantly asking for help. It was coming from a pure heart, but I wasn't relying solely on God. I was thinking that man, women, other people can help. But that's not always the case. It's really not. God will send people. God will send the right circumstances for you when you're in alignment with Him. Okay? But I just wanted to give you that word, that clarification, that understanding that there's a difference between blessing our enemies and enabling our enemies. Okay? And we don't want to be the enablers, because that does not help them, and it definitely does not help us. It hurts us. So just pray for them. Just continue to pray. Don't wish bad on them. Don't hope, I hope that he loses his job, or I hope that he gets into a car accident and loses that car, or I hope he gets arrested. That's wishing evil on somebody. And we're not supposed to be doing that. We're basically supposed to just say, God, can you please help this person? Can you, just give them extra comfort and love in the spirit? I know that they may not know that you're there, but I do. And so I'm coming to you, basically. That is blessing your enemies. And that is the best thing that you could be doing. Don't enable them. It's only going to hurt you in the end. Trust me. I've been the enabler many, many times, not even realizing it until it was too late. And today, now, I have that boundary. I'm not going to enable your bad behavior. I'm not going to enable your addictions. I'm not going to enable your attitude. Because it's just going to hurt me. So, I hope you guys got this word. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. And stay blessed. Peace.